welcome to Moonlight Madness. This is a reading for the sun, rising and moon of water signs. So we've got the first sign, the first card I picked up was Six of Cups, which is all about water signs. This is talking about looking at past memories, past photos, past things that you remember from your past, looking at old photo albums. It's like reconnecting with people that you haven't seen since you were children. And those people remind you who you are, who you were when you were that age. It's a really good sign. It's a Six of Cups. And you've got crossing your path the Queen of Summer. There is either a male, female energy who is a Queen of Summer, who's very loving, very comforting, very emotional, very intuitive. And they have insights you can trust. They're taking care of others perhaps too much. They're a nurse, they're a carer. They sense things like 6 weeks before they happen, 10 years before they happen. They are just very intuitive, and that's an intuitive guide. Most nurses I know have this gift, and they sense things. I've got a problem right now with one of my cousins who's about to deliver a baby. And we're scared about whether the baby's okay, what sex it is, all the rest of it. I haven't been able to connect to her because I have not been able to pick up on the energy. It doesn't always happen immediately. I don't have control over it. It's if I don't trust you, I can't read for you. It's simple as that. So there, I'm reading for a Scorpio, the water signs right now. Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces energy. So maybe I can't read because I'm not able to trust you enough to sense stuff for you. And that's just how they are. They're very tired. The sunflowers, see, they're all trying to get her attention. There's all those sunflowers. They're nodding their head going, please pay attention to me. But she's really tired and exhausted. So you can't ask too much from someone. Eight of Cups is past. This is you moving away from something or someone that was too much of a drain on your psychic ability. You left a situation, a job that was too much and it caused burnout. That's the past. And you went on to a different lifestyle. Then you've got a recent past person who's a Prince of Wands, who's a playful energy. They're charming, they're self-confident, they're restless, they're fiery, they're a challenge, they're passionate, but they're not long-term. They're just for fun. You can't build a relationship with those people. They're just fun. Then we've got an Eight of Spring. This is also a wand energy or a fire energy, which is 8 balls in the air, stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking, sudden events or changes, or travel by air. So there could be a plane trip happening for you if you happen to be a water sign. In the future is the Six of Spring, which is the Six of Wands. Talks about wonderful news on its way, smart choices, success and public recognition. You may be recognised in the public arena for what you do on a psychic level. I bought this candle today because it was from my grandparents. They gave me money for a present for Christmas and I used it for food. And this beautiful candle that says Serenity, Vanilla White, Lily and Jasmine from Coles. It's beautiful. It's half price. I love it. This is beautiful. It's a prayer. Then we've got Awakening. It's all to do with Pisces energy. So you may be dealing with a Pisces, or you may have a Pisces in your chart. You may have to hang upside down like Odin did and look at the world in a different perspective. Embrace your uniqueness. You're labelled weird. You may look like you're weird because you don't fit in the normal society, but that's because you're intuitively looking at stuff from an intuitive level. Not everyone's going to get you. You've also got an Aquarian around you, Aquarian, Libra, Gemini, who's more happy with his books and his studies than he is with people. He doesn't necessarily blend well with people and or, social situations. He's better with just books. And this is you walking away. Ten of Swords is resolution of a weight lift off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or a codependency. Maybe you've decided to just wash your hands of being in a relationship that's purely about them and not about you. And this is you being an Aquarian. Again, this is water energy. You may have Aquarius in your chart. This is a shock value. This is letting go of belief systems that no longer work for you, an important life-changing event, a significant event that leads to significant opportunities. This is crumbling the tower. This is like moving house, moving home. So it might be a move on the cards for you. So we'll read from the deck by Colette-Baron-Reid, which is the Wisdom of the Oracle. Is this one? This is a clarification card. I had issues with my cards today. My mother bought me this beautiful present for Coles. I couldn't use it because of Gemini season. We're in Gemini retrograde right now, which is to do with internet, computers, etc. And anything that's electrical won't work. So it's all about things that work online because there's a problem with the internet and with electricals, Gemini energy, so it didn't work. I couldn't use my card, so I have to take it back down to my mum so she can return it, get the money back and give it to me in person. I don't think I like online cards anymore. In fact, I don't even want to deal with online cards. I want to deal with money. I'm old school. And so because I'm into Wicca, people don't always understand how I work. So when I used to be angry at my family, when I was on medication that didn't like me, I was cursing them left, right and centre. And yes, the curses came true because they deserved it. But now I'm no longer angry at them and I forgive and forget because I realise they're not firing on all 6 cylinders because they've got mental health. And they're on medication, so they can't always make the right decisions or the best decisions based on the fact they're on the wrong medication and given the wrong information. So I'm trying not to be angry, not to curse or bless, but I can reverse spells. So I've reversed about 7 spells this week. But after that, I'm not reversing them. They're going to have to just deal with their karma because I think they deserve it for what they did to me. So family is interesting. The family that you are a part of, like biologically, and the family that you adopt as in friends that are family or become family because they're friends. Sometimes those people are the closest you'll have in your life rather than the biological people that you call your family. And I've got this amazing card called Between Worlds, which is where I sit right now. So I'm between worlds because I'm constantly in the ethers and in the physical world. I don't know how to cohabit between it. I don't function well. I function between the ethers and the reality is what I do. And that's just because I function on a different level than most people do. So I see stuff long before it happens. I saw my Emily, my niece, upset 4 days before it happened, and I was like, why is she wanting to sit with me and watch a movie? She's really upset right now. What's this about? And then I get told days later that her dog died of natural causes because the dog was 15 and they got the dog before Emily was even thought of. That was their first fur child. And so that was a huge impact on Emily. And so my niece, who got stuck at birth, I put her on a floaty and floated her out to the canal, which would be the birth canal, because she was facing the wrong way. So right now I'm trying to do the same for my cousin's child who's due to be born, who's overdue. She's lost and can't find the way, so I have to now go search for her in my sleep and guide her to the right direction, because sometimes I have to do that as a spirit medium. I go and connect on a spiritual level, and I connect with babies. I connect with babies that are being born into this world, and I connect with children that want to be born in this world, and I connect with fetuses that are, in utero that need to be directed where to go. So that's what I do. That's just what I've been born with, the gift of knowledge of those things. So it's not in my control, it's beyond my control. I just get told these things, and so I have to try and self-guide these problem areas. I'm not a trained medical practitioner, I'm not a trained midwife, but I do know how to guide the kids that are stuck or in the wrong way out through the right canal. So I've been asked to do that tonight, so hopefully I can do that, but there you go. It's not something I chose. It's just something I was born with. It's a natural ability to guide a child or a soul from one state to another state. And again, I was never trained in it. It's just what I naturally do. Solitude. You need more time alone. Can't we all? The thing about having children is you realise how much you value your alone time when you don't have it anymore. I used to go up at 4 in the morning just so I could have that alone time, or go to bed late at night just so I could have that alone time before I had to be 100% full on a mum 24/7, because I was a mum, dad, single mum, dad, and single parent, because the dad was not around and I had to do everything, so it was difficult. But what I'm saying is that I got to realise how much I valued my alone time, because I really had it. Now I've got all this alone time, I'm sad about it because I feel like I'm missing out on seeing my kids. So it depends on what you see, is that what you get is that we don't always get what we want, we get what we think they were wanting to give to us, but it's not always what we want. Mountain. Capricorn energy, got that today twice. So we've got, first card off the deck is Between Worlds. That's the wisdom of the oracle. Number 3. This is between worlds. You've got one foot in, one foot out. So you're part in the world and part without. You're just like me. You exist on a different planetary alliance. You're temporarily blind. You're in a no man's land. The world is where you must go, the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time where you are unable to see what's ahead because you cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences in this place, between what was and what will be. The state of making and unmaking. Again, what is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves a web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness, greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that we planted in these past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably be not what you expect. When you are between worlds, you are able to see the curious eyes of a child. Like a child, you glimpse the future, the past, and the present. Do so and you will not be disappointed. If this is a time to explore the new energy between you and another, it's not a moment for certainty, but rather discovering curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are, what you are. This relationship is meant to take you on a ride and educate you. What do you like or dislike? Is it in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried? This is going the distance athlete's version of how you get through shit, which is you just keep going. You don't ever hesitate. You just don't stop going. That's how I got through 8 city surfs. I just kept going. I have a mentality of athlete's vision. So when does she leave? She's here for how long? She's not here on a lease, and I don't want her here unless she's on a lease. She poses a risk. Sorry about